Leica is preparing to do something that could either redefine its legendary M lineup or ignite one of the biggest debates in its history. On October 23rd, the company is set to unveil a camera that looks every bit like a classic Leica M, yet operates in a way that's completely new. It's called the Leica MEV1, and based on the leaks, this is a radical shift that could either be a brilliant evolution or a massive departure from everything the brand stands for. What makes this camera so intriguing is not what Leica added but what they removed. For over 70 years, the defining feature of every Leica M camera has been the optical rangefinder, that little window on the front that lets photographers manually align to images to achieve perfect focus. In the MEV1, that signature piece of engineering history is gone. Instead, Leica has gone fully electronic, replacing the rangefinder with a high-resolution electronic viewfinder and redesigning the body for a new kind of shooting experience. The result is a camera that looks unmistakably like a minimal, elegant, built with precision, but under the surface, it's something entirely different. The front of the MEV1 is clean and symmetrical, with no rangefinder windows, giving it a sleek, modern look more reminiscent of the Leica Q series than the traditional M cameras. It feels lighter too. The body weighs around 410 grams without the battery, and about 485 grams with it. That's roughly 45 grams less than the M11. It might not sound like much, but for anyone who spends long days shooting with heavy M-mount glass, that reduction makes a noticeable difference. Leica has essentially created the lightest full-frame M-mount body ever made, stripping away every mechanical element that wasn't essential. The biggest leap forward, though, is in the viewfinder. Leica's new 0.5-inch-old electronic viewfinder delivers a staggering 5.76 million dots of resolution, essentially giving you a crystal-clear, lifelike view of your frame. The magnification is 0.76x, providing a large, immersive image that feels more natural than most EVFs on the market. You can adjust it for your eyesight using built-in diopter compensation, which means you can ditch your glasses if you prefer. But the real magic lies in how Leica has implemented focusing tools. Because the MEV1 is a manual focus-only camera, Leica knew the EVF had to deliver precision. Focus peaking outlines the sharp edges of your subject in real time, and you can instantly zoom in to check critical focus with a quick flick of a control. It's a game-changer for manual shooters. The frame selector lever, traditionally used for changing frame lines in a rangefinder, now serves as a control for EVF functions. Leica even added a multi-function button that lets you toggle focus peaking or magnification with a single press. These small refinements completely change how you engage with manual focus in the field. Instead of aligning a rangefinder patch, you're now getting instant digital confirmation that your focus is spot on. Inside, Leica has placed the same 60-megapixel full-frame backside illuminated CMOS sensor used in the M11, which delivers extraordinary detail and tonal range. You can shoot in 3 different resolution modes: 60MP, 36MP, or 18MP, thanks to Leica's triple resolution technology. The system dynamically adjusts pixel grouping for speed, storage, or ultimate image quality, depending on your needs. Powering it all is Leica's Maestro 3 image processor, which ensures fast write speeds and excellent noise control even at higher ISOs. There's also 64 GB of internal storage built right into the camera, enough for emergencies or light travel sessions, and a 3 GB buffer that keeps the camera responsive even when shooting bursts. Image quality, based on what's been seen from the M11 and early test leaks, should be stunning. The sensor's back illuminated design improves light capture, giving cleaner shadows, smoother gradients, and impressive dynamic range. Combined with Leica's legendary M lenses, the MEV1 will likely produce images with remarkable clarity, depth, and color fidelity. Interestingly, Leica decided not to include in-body image stabilization. That might seem like a missed opportunity in 2025, when many mirrorless competitors have advanced stabilization systems, but this is very much in line with Leica's purist philosophy. The company wants photographers to rely on skill, composition, and light, not digital correction. For some, that's part of the Leica charm. For others, it might feel unnecessarily limiting for a camera that's expected to cost over $10,000. One notable addition, however, is Leica's integration of content credentials. This technology embeds secure metadata in your image files, verifying authenticity and tracking edits. In a world flooded with AI-generated content, this is a significant step for professional photographers, especially journalists and documentarians who need proof that their work is real. Leica clearly has the professional market in mind with this move. Powering the camera is the same BPS-CL7 battery found in the M11, rated at 1800 mAh and 7.4 volts. Battery life will vary depending on how much you use the EVF, but estimates place it at around 300 to 400 shots per charge. That's decent for an EVF-driven camera, though not groundbreaking. There's no wireless charging here, so you'll still need to plug in or swap batteries during long sessions. Now, comparing the MEV1 with the M11 really comes down to philosophy. The M11 keeps the traditional hybrid rangefinder, offering that tactile, analog experience Leica users have cherished for decades. It's slightly heavier and feels more robust in hand. The MEV1, on the other hand, is all about precision, speed, and simplicity. It gives up the optical experience but replaces it with a digital one that's faster, clearer, and more adaptable. Both use the same sensor and processor, meaning image quality is nearly identical. What changes is how you interact with the camera. For photographers who have never used a rangefinder before, the MEV1 will likely feel more intuitive. You look through a crystal clear EVF, see exactly what the sensor sees, and adjust focus using peaking and magnification. There's no learning curve or guesswork, just straightforward, accurate shooting. For Leica purists, however, this shift might feel like heresy. The rangefinder isn't just a focusing system, it's part of the Leica soul. Removing it changes the essence of what shooting with an M camera means. But Leica isn't trying to replace its heritage. Instead, it seems to be expanding it. The MEV1 creates a new branch of the M system, one that appeals to a different kind of photographer. It's perfect for those who already own M lenses but want a more modern shooting experience, or for newcomers who love Leica's craftsmanship and color science but don't want to master a rangefinder. It's also an excellent option for photographers who use M lenses on Sony or Panasonic mirrorless cameras. Now they can finally shoot natively with a Leica body that matches their workflow. Street photographers will likely adore the MEV1 for its compact size, lightweight design, and silent electronic shutter. Documentary shooters will appreciate the combination of discreet operation and verified authenticity through content credentials. Landscape photographers will get stunning 60MP resolution with incredible sharpness. However, action and wildlife photographers who depend on fast autofocus or stabilization will need to look elsewhere. The MEV1 isn't made for that. As for price, leaks suggest a US cost of around $9,600 before taxes, placing it right alongside the M11's roughly $9,000 price tag. Leica cameras have always been expensive, but they also hold their value better than almost any brand on the market. You're paying for build quality, heritage, and a shooting experience that's unlike anything else. Production will reportedly be limited, with initial availability starting around November 2025, as Leica continues its tradition of small, meticulously crafted batches. What's fascinating is how the MEV1 represents a philosophical crossroads for Leica. On one side, you have the M11, the timeless rangefinder that honors 7 decades of tradition. On the other, you have the MEV1, a bold reimagining that embraces modern digital tools while keeping the heart of manual photography alive. Both share the same DNA, yet they cater to very different instincts. The M11 appeals to the romantic who loves the feel of aligning focus by hand. The MEV1 speaks to the pragmatist who values precision and convenience but still wants the tactile joy of Leica's design and manual lenses. Ultimately, the MEV1 could prove to be one of the most important cameras Leica has ever made, not because it replaces the old, but because it acknowledges a new kind of photographer. Someone who appreciates Leica's artistry and lens ecosystem, but expects the responsiveness of modern mirrorless systems. The company is taking a calculated risk here, betting that enough shooters exist between the traditionalists and the tech-obsessed make this camera a success. Whether it's an act of innovation or heresy depends on your perspective. But there's no denying that the MEV1 is a bold move in an industry that too often plays it safe. Leica isn't abandoning its past, it's redefining what its future could look like. The question now is, are photographers ready to embrace a Leica M without the rangefinder that defined it for generations? Or does this leap forward stray too far from the soul of the M system? Either way, The MEV1 guarantees one thing: Leica has once again captured everyone's attention.